All right, so good evening again, everyone. Welcome to the most interactive math class online. We are doing a past paper question with inverse proportion. No, not really, Mikhail. Um, I don't know if you were in class when we did this. P varies inversely means P
Relations.
varies inversely to V. Now, because it's inverse, it's 1 over, but it said V squared, the square of V. All right? But you can't leave it like that because they ask a K. So you wouldn't get your full marks if you leave it like this. So it must be
I
P
figure out what it's I figure out two first. Let's
is
go ahead.
equal to K times 1 over V squared. And you could write that better as P is equal to K divided by V squared. All right, so that's the answer I'm looking for.
Yeah,
P,
I did so the second one first. That's what I did.
right. So there you have P, K, and V squared. And that is what we asking for. All right. So next question. Given that V is equal to 3 when P is equal to 4, determine the positive values of V when P is 1. What's the first thing I'm going to look for? Because if my
20.
four, what I'm going to look for,
Decay.
say that again,
Decay.
the
The
K,
constant. Yeah.
correct. Correct. Very good. Very good. So we're looking for K, the constant. That's right. We're looking for K, the constant. All right. So Johan, see, you just came in. Oh, he didn't get in here yet. So, of course, the formula, we are going to use back P equal to VK divided by V squared. Now, please remember that the inverse of 5 is 1 over 5. The inverse of x is 1 over x. All right, so keep that in mind as you do the questions. So we want to find for k, but they already gave us a value for p, which is 4, and v, which is 3 squared. Put your answers in the chat for k. Give me your answers in the chat for k. Put your answers in the chat for K. Mikhail, that wasn't right. I hope you understood. Oh, yes, you did say. Udaya, correct. Garcia, correct. Umesh, correct. Naomi, no, Naomi. Check that again, Naomi. Look at your Jalea, no, no. Remember, we're substituting 4 is equal to k over 3 squared. So we have 4 equal to k over 9. And they're asking us to find for k. There are 2 ways you could work this. It's all up to you. So those persons who found the value of k, they can go ahead and, if I told you it's correct, Sienna, correct. Shalomi, correct. So once you got your value of k, find your value of v. Naomi, correct. Garcia, thank you, correct. So find your value of v. Naomi, correct. Oh, so some people, Naomi, that's correct. But Jedidia, what's your value for v? Udaya, correct. Yes, Jedidia, correct. Umesh, no. No, Umesh. You're using the same formula. Using your same formula to work it out. But you're going to substitute your value of k and find for v. Matthias, yes. Yes, Matthias, that's correct. Come on, people, you can do it. You could do it. Take your time. Take your time. No rush. Not hard at all. All right. So let's see what, oops. Matthias, correct. You're right. Umesh, correct. Sienna, correct. All right, people. So let's move on. So there were 2 ways you could have done this. If you have 4 equal, oh, okay, somebody just sent the answer. Jalea. Kyla, you okay? No, no, Jalea. All right, so you could put your 4 over 1. I'm just showing you this method, and then you could cross multiply. So you can multiply this way first, all right? And then this way second. So it's 1 by k. Cross multiply means multiplying diagonally. All right, so 1 by k is k. And 9 by 4 is 36. Now, that's one way to work it. So if I have, let's look at another way. If I have 4 equals k over 9, I can multiply throughout by 9. I can multiply throughout by 9. So it means that I would multiply by 9, multiply by 9, which is the denominator. So this will cancel, leaving me with k. 9 fours, 36. All right? So you could have worked it however you want to. Now that we got our value for k, our equation, which is this, right? It will now be p equals to 36 divided by v squared. Anybody lost? I can go it over, but that's if somebody tells me to go it over. All right. Now, for the next half of the question, calculate the value of v when p is 9. P is 1, sorry. Where I got 9 from? P is 1. So I'm going to put 1 equals to 36 over v squared. I can cross multiply again. So I'll have v squared equals 36. Anybody lost? Or should I go through how I got that? Anybody lost? Or everybody understand how I got
Can we do it, please?
So can you redo it, please? Because I got bumped out of the meeting, so I missed some of the explanation.
All right, so 1 equals to 36 over v squared. I could cross multiply. I like cross multiplying because it gives you the answer immediately. Put the 1 over 1. I'm going to start this way. The reason for that is because the unknown is already on this side. Cross multiplication means that multiplying diagonally. So the 1, I placed it over 1. So 1 multiplied by v squared is 1 multiplied by v squared is v squared. And 1 by 36 is 36. All right, so I cross multiply. This is the fastest way to work stuff when you're doing molarity. All right, when you're doing molarity in chemistry, for those persons who do in chemistry. So we use cross multiplication so that v squared is equal to 36. If v squared is equal to 36, then v is equal to, I didn't hear talk for the day, Ezekiel. Then Ezekiel, what would be v equal to?
Six.
How you got that? V squared is equal to 36, so v is equal to what?
6.
No, how we got that? V is equal to, how do we remove the
square root
square
of
root, the
36.
square sign?
The square root, the opposite of square, which is square root. So square root
Square
of
root,
36, which
correct,
is 6.
square root. So the square root of 36 is 6. Everybody okay with that? Or they want me to go it over? Everybody
okay.
okay with that, or they want me to go it over? Don't be ashamed, man. Because it's for you.
Take a
All
quick
right.
over.
All right. All right, so let's go that over. All right. So let's erase. All right. Of course, I'm going it over, but I'm going to do it a little faster. So you have to keep up, everybody. So let's go to the top. And keep in mind, Kyla, what is the inverse of 5? Kyla. What is the inverse of 11? Kyla. What is the inverse of 11? Kyla. Johansi, what's the inverse of 11? Johansi, what's the inverse of 11?
Sir, I'm not too sure, sir.
All right.
Will it be 1 over 11?
Yes, it is 1 over 11. Thank you. All right, Jalea, what's the inverse of 20? Jalea, what's the inverse of 20? Mikhail, what's the inverse of 20?
1 over 20.
1 over 20. Correct. Kyla, are you there? Kyla.
Yes, sir. I'm here. I'm
Right.
here.
So,
Yes, sir.
question to you, what's the inverse of x?
1, sir.
No, the inverse of x, the inverse of anything. Johansi, tell her, what's the inverse of x?
1 over x.
1 over x. So, Kyla, the inverse of anything is 1 over that value. So
Okay, sir.
the inverse of x, Kyla, is 1 over x. So, Kyla, read number 4 for me.
Um,
A
the quantity
quantity.
P varies inversely as the square of B. Using the letters P, V,
Right. So
and K.
stop. So they are saying the quantity P varies inversely. So remember we said what inverse means. 1 over that value as the square of V. So what is the inverse of V squared?
1 over V squared.
Right. So that's why we're going to put P is proportional to 1 over V squared. Continue to read.
Using the letters P, V, and K. Form an equation connecting the quantities P and V.
Right. So what we missing in our equation expression? An equation has an equal sign. So we have to get an equal sign. But what are we missing from what the last thing I just read? What are we missing?
The quantity, sir.
No. What letters did they ask us for?
Or P, V, and K, sir.
So what are we missing in our
We
formula?
missing K. We missing K.
We're missing K. So to remove the proportional sign, this is the proportional sign. To remove that proportional sign, we remove it and replace it with an equal sign, which is good because they ask for an equation. And an equation must have equal sign. So P is equal to K times 1 over V squared. But remember, K times 1 over V squared for the K over 1. K times 1 is equal to K, and 1 times V squared is equal to V squared. So P can also be written as K over V squared. Okay, Kyla?
Yes, sir.
All right. So now that we have that aspect, which is good, we could try to go about answering our question. But let's just move this a little to the left. All right. So now they said, so that's 1 mark. That's 1 mark. So let's erase all this. That's the 1 mark. We found our equation, which is P equals to K over V squared. All right. They said, given that V is equal to 3 when P is equal to 4. Now, I said when I did this topic last week, we need to find for K. But remember, they gave us P is equal to K divided by V squared. So they said when P is 4, V is 3. So I put the 4 over 1 and I cross multiply. It's the easiest way to work a fraction. Remember, 3 squared is 9. So 1 by K is K. And 4 by 3 squared, or 9, is 36. So now we can write, because we just found our value for K, P is equal to 36 divided by V squared. That's our formula. That's our formula. So they said determine the positive value of V when P is 1. So we're going to put P as 1, or 1 over 1. And we're going to cross multiply again. So when we cross multiply this time, I'm not cross multiplying this way because the unknown is on this side. And then I'll do this way. Cross multiplication means multiplying diagonally. 1 by V squared, 1 by 36. So V is equal to the square root of 36. So V is equal to 6. Okay, people? That wasn't so bad. Now, the next question requires us to do a little extra work. And this is what we're going to spend our time on. So pay close attention. I did this with the class before. We have a lot of new students, but pay attention. Next question asks for -7 is less than this. All right, so I'm not going to try to do this yet. I'm going to look at inequalities and then for 10 minutes, and then I'm going to come back to this question. All right. All right. Now, an inequality gives a range of values. So let's look at an example. Let's say x is equal. So x is greater than 6. Give me a few range of values for this answer. If I say x is greater than 6, give me some values. Give values. All right, so give me a few numbers, probably about 4, 3 or 4, showing me x is greater than 6. Put it in the chat, put your answer in the chat. X is greater than 6. No, Matthias, x is greater than 6. Think about your number line. This is maths real simple, you know. Think about your number line. Think about this being 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, etc. This is -1, and so on. So give me some numbers, at least 4 numbers, representing x is greater than 6. Come on now, people. X is greater than 6. Jalea, yes, but you did not start at the point that you should start at. Udaya, correct. X is greater than 6. Deshaun, yes, but you didn't start at the point that you should start at. Come on, people, give me some. Right, Matthias. Good, good. Come on, people, let's see some. Shalomi, no. I mean, that's a number greater than 6, but it's not one value. It's a range. So I need 4 values. It's not one value, it's a range, meaning many values. Garcia, yes, 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 but I want it in order, Garcia. I want it in order. Somebody else, I'll take 2 more. Let me call people's names. Deshaun, well, Deshaun, did I tell you your answer is right? No, yeah, Deshaun, you had to do it over. Ezekiel, I didn't say anything from you. Garcia, yeah, I think I got this. Jada, X is greater than 6. Jedidia, Kyla, Mikkel, Johansi, X is greater than 6. What numbers am I looking at? On 4. I can't believe people not answering me now. Johansi, that's correct. Mikkel, I want answers, not one answer, Mikkel. No, I don't want any decimal, Garcia. that is not really what I'm looking for, you know. So x is greater than 6. The values would be 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and so on, people. That means x is greater than 6. So give me 4 numbers. Give me 4 numbers for x, and I want real numbers. Real numbers are negative or positive number. For x is less than 1. X is less than 1. This is a tricky one. X is less than 1. I need 4 numbers for this one. X is less than 1. I want 4 numbers for this one. X is less than 1. X is less than 1. All right, so a lot of answers coming in. Matthias, I wanted it in order, Matthias, not just giving me an answer. Right, Johannes, sorry, Sir Johannes, correct. Mikhail, correct. Garcia, correct. That's how I want it. Naomi, no. Shalomi, yes. Yudaya, yes. Jalia, yes. Jedidia, yes. Correct. Kylon, yeah. Okay. I'm happy that you're here. Class finishes in 10 minutes because we finished earlier during test time for this week. So Kylan, we are looking at values for x is less than 1. Sienna, no, Sienna. I want the answers. Kyla, you forgot 1. Kyla, you forgot 1. All right. So if you are on a number line, look at the number line on the side. X is less than 1 will start from here on 1, but we are not including 1. So it will be like this. So it will be, your answer will be 0, -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6. You all getting the point? So all these numbers are less than 1. Because I'm not including the 1, that circle there remains open. I'll give you a rule about that next class on Wednesday. All right? Because I'm not including the 1, so let's recap. Inequalities. We are looking at inequalities. Well, that should be inequalities and not inequality. So let's correct that. Inequalities. So an inequality gives a range. Now I need to block off this in red. a range of values. Now the question is, what is a range? What is this range of values? What is this range of values? So a range of values represents numbers, values that are much more than just one standard number. So like x could be equal to 6, but that's 6. But for inequalities, you have a range of values. For example, if you have x is greater than 6, x is greater than 6, well, my number line can't show it, but I start from 6 and I move on. So it will be 7, 8, 9, 10, and so on. X is greater than 6. It does not include the 6. Now, x is less than 1. Now, let me show you all the x is less than 1 means you go to 1 and it's less. You point that way. So that's 0, 0, -1, -2, and so on. Now, the signs that we are using are called inequality signs, a less than and equal sign, and the less than and greater than sign. So how do we know which is which? Now, if I do this arrow here, is it getting bigger or smaller? This arrow that pointing to the numbers, are they getting bigger or smaller?
Bigger.
It's getting bigger or getting larger. All right. And this arrow here, is it getting bigger or smaller?
Smaller.
It's getting smaller. Right. So therefore, if I erase the line, this is called a greater than sign. All right. And if I take off this line, this represents my less than sign. Anybody lost? So my less than sign points to the left because it's getting smaller on a number line, and my greater than sign points to the right because it's getting bigger. All right, let's move on. Let's say we would like to show the range of numbers for x is greater than and equal to 3. I want you now to give me at least 4 numbers representing x is greater than and equal to 3. So let's say I have this as 0, 1. But notice, so this sign is greater than. This stroke means greater than and equal to. Greater. So it's greater and equal to. So 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is my number line. The numbers on the left are negative. All right, let's go. Let's go. Great. So give me the range of numbers. I need 4 numbers for when x is greater than and equal to 3. greater than and equal to 3. So I'm seeing some answers. Shalomi, very good. Shalomi, very good. Matthias, very good. Matthias, very good. Jalea, very good. X is greater than and equal to 3. And equal to 3. Udaya, correct. Very good, Udaya.
$2,000.
Yes, Jacob. Johansi, no. I want it to be greater than and equal to 3, Johansi. So try that again. Kyla. Kyla, no. No, Kyla. Try again. I'll take 2 more. Excuse me. I'll take 2 more answers. The first one is in. I'll take 2 more answers. No, Kyla. Oh, let me look at Kyla's work again. Oh, put a comma between your numbers now, Kyla. So that's correct, Kyla. Yeah, that's correct. I thought that to be one big number. I want one answer more. Jedidia, not really. Yeah, have an idea. Now we're gonna start at 3. Watch carefully the diagram. We're gonna start at 3, and we are going greater than. Now, because we are including the 3, we shade the circle. Include. So 3 is in the circle. So our answer would be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and so on. All right, anybody lost? When X is greater than and equal to 3. Umesh, you okay with that? All right. Jacob, you okay with that?
Yes.
One more. Show the range of values. Show the range of values for when X is less than and equal to X is less than and equal to -2. Give me some answers. X is less than and equal to -2. We have 5 minutes more of the class. We have 5 minutes. Come on, so give me some answer. Less than and equal to. Jedidia, no. -2. Jalea, yes. Jalea, that's correct. Matthias, yes, that's correct. So Jalea and Matthias both have the correct answers. Good, good. I like what I'm seeing. Let me get some more. Let me get some more people. You can do it. Hold on a second, just getting my charger. All right. So X is less than, oh, I'm getting really, Jedidia, correct. Kyla, no, Kyla, you made a mistake. Johansi, yes, Johansi, that's right. Yudaya, correct, yes. Shalomi, yes, correct. Naomi, yes. Ezekiel, oh, Umesh is here. Where did he go? He's not in class. Ezekiel, correct. So here where you all are making the mistake. When they say an equal to, you must include the number. Should I give a note on that, or you all will remember it? When they say and equal to, it means that you include the number. Is that okay? So let me give an example. Let me just recap by giving an example and do one more thing, and that's it for today. All right, so let's say, all right, somebody is sending the answer still. Kyla, yes, Kyla, that's correct. So with our inequalities, when we say X is greater than, let's say, 8, this means our values would be 9, 10, 11, 12, and so on. That's all right? If we say X is less than 5, this means 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, -1. It's less than 5. Now, when we say X is greater than and equal to 4, this means, X is greater than equal to 4. This means I must start. Let me use something else. Since it's close, that is close to. X is greater than and equals to 2. It means I have to start at 2 because it's also equal to 2. So I start with 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. Anybody? So that's when X is greater than and equal to 2. Now, when X is less than and equal to, let's see, 3, it means that I am including the 3, 2, 1, 0, and so on, because it's less than 3. But I must include my 3. Here I must include the 2. Is that okay? So on a number line, I have to show you it on a number line because CXC love to bring these things and they ask you to represent it on a number line. So I have to take the time to go through the work on a number line. So if for the first one, let's look at, I'm going to start with 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and so on, 13 and so on. So if x is greater than, if x is greater than 8, I have to start at 8. But when I start at 8, I am not including 8. So the circle remains open. All right. Now let's go for 5. So let me start with 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now with x is less than, let's put -1 and -2 and so on. So I have to start at 5, but I cannot make my circle solid. So all these numbers here are less than 5. Now, listen carefully. Number 3. Number 3. So let's start with 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. X is greater than 2. Now, this is greater than 2, but because it's an equal to, I have to make it a solid circle. So 2 is in the basket. 2 is in the basket, so it folds the circle. 2 is in the basket, so it fills the circle. All right? That's just a nice way to remember it. So let's look at 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's add some negative. So it's -1, -2, -3, and so on. So from 3, I'm going to start at 3. It's less than. So I'm going this way, but notice it's less than and equal to 3. So I must include 3. To include 3, I must make a solid basket, a solid circle. I must include the 3. So it's solid. Everybody understands that? All right. One last thing that will take 2 minutes. One last thing that will take 2 minutes. Our time is up. Now let's say we have a question. 2x plus 1 is greater than 6. Now you will solve this equation just as you would, this inequality, just as you would solve an equation. So 2x is greater than 6 minus 1. So 2x is greater than 5. And then we divide by 2. So x is greater than 5/2. All right, anybody lost? But here, so the rule is you work just as normal, except for when x is negative. Now look carefully. -3x minus 1 is greater than 14. Watch carefully. Watch carefully. So when x is negative, the sign changes. When x rule, this is a rule, RU, When x is negative, and I'll explain, the sign changes. The inequality sign changes. Now, what do I mean by that? So, here what we're going to do. I just want to move this down a bit. All right. Okay, so let's go. So, we are working it again just as a normal. That will be plus 1. So, negative 3x is greater than 15. But the x is negative. So what I have to do is divide by negative 3. Now, once I'm dividing here by negative 3, because my x is negative, the sign will change. So now x is less than negative 5. 3 into 3, 1. 3 into 15, 5. Negative 5. Anybody lost? The rule states that when x is negative, so the value, the number before the x is negative, the value changes. Everybody okay with that? So could I give our homework on this? Just a few questions on homework.